The final race of the season takes place at the Homestead Miami Speedway here this evening. We are in for 90 laps of action tonight here at Homestead, and 4 drivers, Ricky Johnson, Dylan Poteet, Shane Sides, and Tyler Mallon, are going to be fighting for the IMRC Cup Series Season 8 Championship. Good evening, friends. Welcome to the race. Carlos Zimmerman here alongside me, Jessica Shelton. Jessica, it's been quite an amazing season. We had a great race in Michigan last week. Saw Dylan Poteet pick up the win to get him into the championship 4, and now we're here. Final race of the season. 19 drivers approximately are in the race tonight, but 4 of them are fighting for a title. How's it going to go down tonight?
Well, we got 90 laps. From what we could ascertain, the setup's a little bit loose. So, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be really aggressive. They're really going to try to mind their P's and Q's as long as they can, but toward the end of this race, it's going to be really hectic like we saw at Michigan and a few weeks back before that.
Austin Ogo found himself on the pole this evening. So he's going to be leading the field here as they'll all start gridding here from the Homestead Miami Speedway here in Homestead, Florida. As we said, Austin Ogo on the pole. He's looking like he's raring to go to get this one going. But you know, those championship 4, they're going to be battling hard all night long to find who's going to win it. You win the championship by whoever finishes the highest. So if all the guys wreck out, whoever finishes the highest, they are the champions. So that is the goal tonight.
And looking at how they're all lined up with the championship 4, you got Shane Side starting 3rd, you got Ricky Johnson in 5th, Dylan Poteet right beside 6th, and a little bit further back, which is kind of surprising, is Tyler Mallon right there in 8th. They're like right there next to each other, so I wonder how long they're going to mind their P's and Q's before we actually see really like aggressive racing here.
To avoid a debacle from last week, where I rely on the lap counter to being the full distance, it is not the full distance this evening. You'll see 107 laps on the board, but in reality, it is a 90-lap event tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. As the guys will roll up, we'll give you your top 10 starting lineup. Austin Ogo on the pole, as mentioned. Dylan Schwellenberg will roll off 2nd. 3rd will be Shane Sides, the highest of the championship contenders. Roger Ray, or excuse me, I believe the 17. Or no, that's right. Roger Ray. You know, I'm just gonna wait until because a couple guys hopped up on the racing surface. And then
right now it's Austin Ogo in the 41 in the pole. Dylan Schwellenberg in the 24 alongside Shane Sides in the 22, the championship contender. In 3rd, 4th, Roger Ray in the 78. Ricky Johnson, 93, and starting 5th. Alongside of him, the other championship contender along with Rick Johnson, Dylan Poteet in the 17. Next row is Dejan Weeks and the last championship contender, Tyler Mallon. In the next row, row 5, Robbie Gillen and Andrew Lemke. So we're gonna be getting ready to go green here in a moment, Carlos.
Yeah, it's going to be 90 laps of action, as mentioned tonight, to cap off Season 8 of the IMRC Cup Series. It's been a very, very fun season, and we're going to cap it off here as the pace car will make the hard left-hand turn in. Here, 90 laps of action. Austin Ogo will get us underway here this evening, and we'll have a lot of fun tonight. Ogo in the restart zone and on the gas. Green flag in the air. 90 laps of action tonight, and a really good start for Ogo, and so did Shane Sides as well, as it looks like championship contender Ricky Johnson did not get as good of a jump as they head down through 1 and 2.
And all these cars back here are moving around really loose. They're beginning with cold tires, trying to get them warmed up so they can get themselves settled and get some grip. We should mention that the number 2 of Will Goss is back this weekend too. There's a wreck back here with
I believe that is the
Henry
20
Nova.
of Henry Nova. He's looks like to be the only car around. Charles Belding back here as well.
There's another wreck up here in turn 1.
And
they're restarting. They might be restarting, Carlos. I'm not sure.
Yep, I think. Yeah, we're going to be getting our 1 restart here. Is what that's going to be the case, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So We'll have a restart, and the
Drivers,
guys will just line it
your
up
car.
again. That's the only one they get. So,
Well, hopefully this right here will shake out the little, jitters at the very beginning of the race, so they can get back in their cycle and, have a little bit of a cleaner, calmer racing now.
so while they get that together, quickly we'll just take a quick race break, and whenever they get ready to go green, we will bring it back to you.
Drivers, start your engines!
We're going to try it again here, folks. Austin Ogo and Dylan Schwallenberg will get this one underway officially. See if these guys are going to be able to get it going clean this time in this championship race, as Ogo is in the restart zone and on the gas. Green flag in the air. Schwallenberg a little bit of a better start, as Shane Sides is going to wash up to the back bumper of the 41 here, and they'll be side by side into 1 and 2. Schwallenberg with the edge.
Yeah, and like at the very beginning of the last attempt that we had, they're really trying to fan out back here. Really loose, cold tires, still a big issue. I'm guessing it's going to take them about 3 laps for them to warm up, so they'll be able to have enough grip to take the corners a lot better than what they have currently.
Highest of the championship contenders right now would be Dylan Pote. He got a little loose there off of turn number 4, as he'll now lose the spot to Shane Sides, but he'll fight back on the inside.
There's a wreck back here up by the 44.
Well, it looks like they were able to get it back straight, but the caution has been thrown. Felipe Teixeira, and then the 42 of Cole Baker is going to bring out our first caution of the night.
Looked to me like when they were going in that corner, they kind of got a little bit sideways and tried to check up just a tad bit so they would save it, and I think like the 44 of Teixeira barely gave Baker a little bump. Well, at least they're both continuing on, Carlos, so no harm, no foul, I don't think.
Nope, and it was right here on the start. As you'll see it here on your screen, the 42 here slides up behind Michael Norman. And then, yep, a little bump from Teixeira, and it sent him around, but the car corrected. But the reason being is that it was a contact wreck, so that would bring out the caution, as Baker Dennigan slid as he got a piece of the grass there. But that's why we're under our first caution after just about 2 laps.
It doesn't seem like anyone's wanting to play a little fuel mileage game. Well, Dejan Wicks might. No, he's going back in line. I just don't know what to think about this. So early, they're all fanning out. Carlos, what are you thinking is going to happen here?
I just think these guys, they're just, the cars are just loose right now. That's been the trouble for them tonight so far, as the cars are just loose, and they're not giving themselves much room to be able to make passes and maneuvers and whatnot, because the tires are so cold. So when they need to give each other room for the tires to warm up, and that way they'll be able to have no issues, and we can maybe get a bit of a green flag run here, as it looks like we will have some takers.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to fake, but they stayed out. And now, looks like, yeah, it seems like Ricky Johnson, Austin Ogo, Dylan Poteet, and one other will stay out for this, at least this lap anyway.
Shane Sides, it looks like Shane Sides and Tyler Mallon both came down to top off the cars here right at the beginning here. Two of our championship contenders. They'll be the bottom two for the time being with Dylan Poteet and Ricky Johnson's thing out, but we'll watch this race as they come through pit lane. And it looks like Robbie Gilvin decided to just drive on through. He changed his mind, but he'll lose all those positions. But regardless, he just drove on through. Looks like a two-tire stop for the 51 of Eric Rodriguez. Everybody else going 4 tires.
And
Here comes
remember,
Shane Sides and Tyler Mallon.
and remember, with Homestead on NR, you have to take the access road leaving pit road. You can't. They allow you to come off of 4 and just come into pit road like normal, but you have to use the access road leaving pit road, and it's a very narrow strip, so you don't want to make a mistake leaving pit road, because if you make a mistake, you have to come right back down, and it's just going to kill every little detail that you just put into your car to get it better. We're getting 1 to green at the line, Carlos.
So we'll go back green on lap 6 of 90. That'll give us 85 laps to go. Dylan Schwallenberg is the leader. All these guys, there's about 15 or so drivers tonight that are not in this race, as a couple cars will make the hard left into pit lane here to maybe top off their cars and surrender some positions. 4 guys are going for the championship, but there's at least 15, 16 other drivers tonight that are going just to try and go for the win. So it's going to be interesting how they decide to go with it, as it looks like Dylan Schwallenberg has elected the outside line for this restart.
And getting back to your point, like the other drivers that want to try to win here, you have like the lights drivers such as Charles Belding in the field, but you also, like I mentioned as before we actually had the first mishap, we got Will Goss returning as well, so it's good to see Will back in here, and I wouldn't mind seeing him get up near the front, because whenever Will's in the race, usually he runs pretty well, pretty decently. So it's good to see him back.
Oh, absolutely. So whenever they go back green, the top 10 will be this: Dylan Schwallenberg first, Dylan Poteet second, Austin Ogo third, Ricky Johnson fourth, Andrew Lemke fifth, Robbie Gilvin in sixth, Shane Side seventh, eighth will be Tyler Mallon, ninth Roger Ray, and then in the 10th position will be Dejan Weeks. A little bit of blinking there from the 17, something you got to keep an eye on. He's one of our championship contenders, our winner from Michigan. So, yeah, man, an internet issue, that would really just sting him tonight if that were to happen, as Dylan Schwallenberg will bring him down. 85 laps to go when he hits the line. He'll hit the restart zone here in just a second. There it is, green flag back in the air here on lap 6 of 90.
And he gets a really good jump on that start. He's pulling away by maybe a couple of car lengths over the 17 of Dylan Poteet, who went right up to the high side.
They'll fan out 2-3 wide further behind him, as Eric, I believe that's, actually no, Shane Sides trying to pick up some spots there on the inside line, trying to get up to the leading championship contender, Dylan Poteet. There's 3 of them right there, the 17, 93, and 22.
Someone in the
the
wall.
Cars are in the wall. Robbie Gilvin's in the fence. He'll drop further back. And the championship contenders, they are going to run 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all right there in a row, just ahead, or just behind the 2 leaders, Austin Ogo and
Dejan Weeks is around, and now Cody Lamas.
That's going to bring out another yellow. Blake Warren, Dejan Weeks, a couple of the cars involved, Cody Lamas, a couple non-championship contenders involved in this one. Eric Rodriguez a little slow here on the back.
It didn't look like there was any really hard contact. It looked like it's just a case of getting really loose, going to the corner in the back end, kicking out from him.
So they'll all woe it back down. Dylan Schwallenberg was able to maintain the lead. Championship contenders running 3rd through 6th right now, as they were there on the front straightaway. Man, 2 quick cautions already, and we are not even to lap 10.
We were talking about how aggressive they were going to be. It looks like they're trying so hard to get track position early on so they can settle into a nice long run. But anyway, what are you looking at in the replay? Does it seem like it's just a case of loose in the back end kicking out here?
We'll go ahead and take a look back and see what happened here. We'll move up to the 43 of Blake Warren as the pits are now open for anybody who wants to take it. They were in turns 1 and 2. Actually, it looked like Warren just spun out on his own, so we're going to go ahead and jump up here to Cody Lamas and see what happened with him. Here, let me just make sure this is the right one I should be looking at here. Yeah, it is. So let's back it up here.
In my opinion, I just think that Cody reacted trying to be careful and he just went around.
So here's Cody Lamas here. You see him here just behind the 42. You're going to watch the 10 just ahead of him here of Dejan Weeks. He's going to get out of shape. And then Lamas trying to react to it. He spun out on his own. It's a miracle Robbie Gilpin didn't get involved in that. Blake Warren spun further back in the field on his own when he was coming down into turn 1, so that's why he did. So really, Jess, what happened? It was just 3 self-spins, if you will, but they all happened at the same time.
Like I was suggesting, it's probably a case of it being really loose. The setup being loose, cold tires on that restart, and trying to get warmed up, trying to make moves, and the back end just kind of wanting to kick out a little bit.
First off of pit lane is going to be Tyler Mallon. It looks like he may have done a 2-tire stop. The 41 will get beaten off by the 24 of Dylan Schwallenberg. Rolling off third will be Shane Sides, Dylan Poteet fourth, Ricky Johnson fifth, Andrew Lemke 6th, Roger A 7th, Cole Baker 8th, Robbie Gilvin 9th, and then Charles Belding rounding out the top 10 off of pit lane. Nobody stayed out, so Tyler Mallon will assume the lead when we go back green.
And that shuffles up the running order real quickly for the championship contenders because Mallon was pretty much the mid-pack there, and then all of a sudden now he's up here leading the race. You know, I'm sure he's thrilled right now. Now he gets to control the lead, the start, and we saw what happened last time with the 24 when he had the control. He was able to pull away just a tad bit. Maybe Mallon might be able to do the same thing here.
We're going to get a 1 to green signal here at the line, so we'll go back green on lap 11 of 90, about a 9th of the way through. If the race were to end now, Tyler Mallon would be the race winner and the champion. That's always a wonderful thing to do, you know, Jesse, to win the race and then also win the championship at the same time. It's like a double win.
Carlos, 80 laps. Calm down.
Hey, you know, you never know. We could get settled into a long green flag run here, and then everything could start changing up, and then pit stops could become a factor, and then or we could just keep getting caution after caution.
I just want to point out, like I was saying a moment ago, how the 24 got a huge jump to at the restart. He was able to pull out for like a car length or two. You know, Mallon has a control ability here. He's on the high side. It gives him a little bit of edge. It seems like they want to be on the high side based on what we saw that last little run that we had. So I'm wondering what's going to do to the 24 in that inside lane on this restart, because we saw Poteet jump right up to the high side on the start too, and he was third last time.
So the outside does have some speed compared to the inside, and it's going to be different for Schwallenberg this time. He's not the control car. It's going to be Tyler Mallon that's going to control this restart here when we go green. Lap 11, it'll be 80 laps to the finish of this one. Tyler Mallon, Dylan Schwallenberg, Austin Ogo, Shane Sides, and Dylan Poteet will round out the top 5. The championship 4, 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. They're all right up there at the front with Ogo and Schwallenberg somewhat in the middle. So we'll go green here. Lap 11 on the board. Tyler Mallon's on the gas. Green flag in the air, and a good jump for him. That should allow Schwallenberg to slide up into 2nd, but watch Shane here as they come into turn number 1.
I was watching the restart back here. Henry Nova did not get going and bunched up a couple of drivers. Belding's on the apron. And now Blake Warren's around back here. And now Cody Lamas is back around, smacks the inside wall. And the outside wall, I'm sorry. And then someone else got involved back here.
Dejan Weeks, Eric Rodriguez is also back here, as is the 48 of Cody Lamas, and it looks like Lamas is parked right up there on the wall trying to get it turned around. Blake Warren involved in another accident. So quickly back under yellow.
It seemed like it was a case of the looseness again on this again. There was an I change to this track earlier on, and and the league admin Shane, he made it a little bit looser for the setup and everything, and you made it a little bit looser, and I think that was the wrong thing to do now.
This is actually just going to be a result of warping, as we call it in the NR community. The 43 started warping, and then the 48 just, when he reappeared, the 48 just didn't have enough time to react, so he got into the left rear quarter panel, and it was on from there. Eric Rodriguez, though, in the 51 SKF car, he just spun it around trying to avoid those guys, so he didn't get much damage aside from flat spotting the tires. So that's why we're under our third caution of the night.
Oh, I didn't realize he warped. He didn't warp on my end. He blinked at the right before the restart, but during the race he wasn't blinking on my end, so that's kind of interesting. Might be something with internet connections compared to other people.
So Schwallenberg and Tyler Mallon will bring it down into pit lane, but Schwallenberg a late move, and Tyler Mallon is all by himself on pit road.
Well, not exactly. He's got a few people behind him coming in.
But among the guys that were up at the front, he's the only one that came down, so he's going to restart.
But you gotta think about this stuff. Think about this though, Carlos. If we get a little bit of a run, I mean, I know the pattern doesn't show it, but if we get a little bit of a long run here, Mallon's going to be pretty happy with his, because he'll have a little bit more fuel, a little bit more grip on his tires.
No, yeah, absolutely, and it looks like they're going to go 1 to green. They're going to put the 1 to green out this time by. That should give everybody enough time to catch them here on the back straightaway, especially if they lessen the pace here. So the race leader looks like it will be still Dylan Schwallenberg, as he's elected the outside line. Shane Sides will be second.
I think I just heard we're going green this time.
Yep, that is the case. Austin Ogo third, Ricky Johnson fourth, Dylan Poteet fifth. Rest of the top 10, Andrew Lemke, Roger Ray, Robbie Gilvin, Cole Baker, and Felipe Teixeira. So yeah, we are going to get we are going green this time. Everyone should be able to catch him. We'll go green on lap 14 of 90, giving us 77 laps to go this evening. Dylan Schwallenberg, he's done really well here. The cautions have really fallen in his favor, so that's why he's keeping himself up here at the front. Highest championship contending runner is Shane Sides. They're in the second position as they'll head down the front straightaway, and it looks like everyone should catch. And we're going to go green. Dylan Schwallenberg gets the good jump. Sides trying to pick him up here in second place, or will he keep it to the nose to the inside here to maybe challenge for the lead as they head through one?
Yep, side by side going through one. And now back behind those two while they're going side by side. Everyone's trying to look for position here. There's a gap starting to form behind the two leaders. And there's a little bit of bump drafting back here going as they go into three.
Schwallenberg wins the battle, and Shane Sides is going to back up right to the 41 of Austin Ogo. So Ogo may have thought about making a move to the inside, but with how the cars are running right now, that wouldn't be the case. But they'll come to the line and complete a green flag lap. Austin Ogo has settled into third with Ricky Johnson. That's the pace car. Ricky Johnson settling into the fourth position as the Shane Sides machine got out of shape there. Luckily, didn't get run over.
Oh, Roger Ray.
Ricky Johnson, but man, a lot of people all over the place. And the big benefactor out of that was Robbie Gilvin has just gotten around into the top 5.
Roger Ray lost so many positions. I don't know who it is that's in the wall up there. Is
Schwallenberg, he got the wall through 3 and 4, so that's going to hand the lead over to Dylan Poteet. Austin Ogo second, and now Robbie Gilvin is going for second.
And to speak real quick, Michael Norman backed up, and I think there's someone hit the wall back here and won, unless that was from the lap before. But Michael Norman backed off and dropped to the back to get out of harm's way, I believe. If he dropped, and Blake Warren's by himself back here.
Don't blame him with his internet issues. That could be just a problem that breeds throughout the night, as Charles Belding did not get a good run at all off of turn number 4. Backs up big time. 3 wide with him and Schwallenberg and Roger Ray. That's going to be tight as they head through turns 1 and 2. But in the meantime, Dylan Poteet has settled into the lead, and we've settled into a bit of a groove here. Just outside the top 5 now is Cole Baker. He's in 6th. The highest of the championship contending runners is that leader, Dylan Poteet, there in the 17.
And looks like they're really using that higher line through the whole run here. But remember what we were talking about earlier. Tyler Mallon gave up the front to come down in pit road, and now we're seeming to get like in this nice little green flag run, hopefully, that we're going to have, and see what happens now. 24 still picking up spots slowly, one car at a time back here. But we're going to go back and look at Tyler Mallon real quick, who came into pit road. He's currently running 13th.
Schwallenberg trying to pick up more spots. He'll get to the inside of Ricky Johnson here, now to the inside of Shane Sides for the 5th position, I believe. He won't get it for the time being. Actually, that battle is for 4th, but he hangs on to the 5th spot for the time being.
Will Goss in the 1-1.
It doesn't look like much happened there. They'll all keep it going. The 24 continues to try and pick up spots. They've settled it out a bit of single file here, excuse me. Best battle on track probably is the 64 of Andrew Lemke, and the battling him and Charles Belding, as he saw some smoke there.
I believe that was from the lap before, unless that was from Blake Warren, who just came down pit road. But back up at the front, it seems like there's a nice little gap with the top 3 in between each other. Potte's just enjoying himself, like another Sunday drive for him. And remember, it was mentioned before by our lead director, Matt Rodriguez, that during championship time, Poteet seems to be the bread and butter that you want to go with. So we know that his stance is on Dylan Poteet to win this, but I mean, I don't know. These championship competitors here are trying to get back in their groove and everything, and it just seems like everyone's starting to settle into a nice little position now, as it seems like Schwallenberg in the 24 is now broken away from the rest of the pack. He's starting to try his best to run down the top lead car of Poteet.
Gilvin got the wall a little bit there off the corner. Last time by, Schwallenberg had ran his fastest lap of the race at 36.6, so he's definitely got a good car. That time by, he had ran a 39.1. Poteet ran a 39.4, so he's picking it up by maybe about 100th, by about 300ths that time by. We'll see what it is this time by, but man, Schwallenberg arguably has got one of the better cars out there. Might try to bring Robbie Gilvin and Shane Sides with him, but we'll look through here. Your championship contenders, they run 1st, 4th, and then you got to go a little further back to Ricky Johnson trying to hold off Cole Baker for the 6th spot, which he will, and then you got to go even further back to get to
Matt Mallon's now 11th. Back here, he's battling trying to get 10th here from Henry Nova.
Battle starting to brew for the 3rd position. Robbie Gilvin and Shane Sides battling for that spot. Sides trying to get around him there in the PPG Ford there. Gilvin having a really good run. You know, this is really good to see him running up at the front like this in the 3rd position. He had benefited from all those guys further up that were slowing up.
Oh,
he's holding him. He's
Blake
holding
Warren
here
spun on the front stretch here.
On the front stretch. That's Blake Warren.
He, I believe, just retired from the race, unfortunately.
So no caution because of that. Will Goss is also here on heading towards pit lane. So he looks like he's got a little bit of right side damage there, but regardless, we're going to keep it going.
The 24 has closed in on the 17 of Poteet. He's running him down. It's only a matter of laps now, and he barely got the wall off before there.
So that'll kill a little bit of his momentum. That time by Dylan Poteet ran a 31.08, and Schwallenberg ran a nearly identical lap time. He was 1,000th quicker. So these guys are starting to get closer to him here. The top 4 trying to gain some here, especially also with the draft here at Homestead down the back and the front. So you got to think that's definitely a factor to watch out here. But Dylan Schwallenberg, he is really starting to catch that 17. As this time by, we'll put lap 26 on the board, giving us 65 laps to go as Gilvin got loose off of 4.
I was watching Will Goss here on pit road. He took 4 tires and fuel. And with that idea, I'm trying to wonder how much more fuel they actually have in the tank before they actually might think of coming down pit road now. Because we've got a little bit of a green flag run going on right now, at least, so that's good. But wonder how much longer they get before they have to come in and pit.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before those guys will have to come in and pit. You know, these tires, they definitely take a toll here at a track like Homestead. It's not as abrasive as other tracks, but it really will wear your tires down the longer you're out there. And the fuel is definitely a factor here, too. It always is, whether it be NR, iRacing, or real-life NASCAR. Fuel strategy always plays.
And we both know that Tyler Mallon has a little bit more in the tank than the other championship competitors that he's running against right now, based on the last caution that came out. So it'll be interesting to see if Mallon stays out or if he comes in with the group. And he's looking to pick up 9th position right now. He's trying to get around Henry Nova on the high side. A little bit of warp from the 78 of Roger Ray, but he seems to be alright. They're running a little bit side by side, going to the inside, one on the outside back here in the mid pack, and it seems like from 8th on up to the lead, they're all single file. Oh, Dejon Weeks got turned by Cody Lamas in 3, and it looks like Kushera's coming in to it as well, off of turn 3 into 4.
There you see them! Charles Belding nearly clobbered the 48 of Cody Lamas. Man, a 3rd wreck for Lamas to be involved in. 2nd for Felipe Teixeira. We're under our 4th caution of the night now.
Yeah, I was watching that. Cody got a run and just barely got right in the back of the 10 and just spun him out. Wow, that was a nice little run we had, but you got to feel for Dejon Weeks though. And it looks to me like the 2 of Goss might be the free pass car this time.
So that's a good news for the 2 of Will Goss. We'll go ahead and take a look back and see what happened to bring out our 4th caution of the night here at Homestead. Had a great green flag run going here, approaching the 1/3 portion of this race. But another yellow has come out as Cody Lamas and Felipe Teixeira, 2 cars involved, along with Dejon Weeks in the 10. You'll watch him here coming down the back straightaway. I think Lamas is going to get a little bit into the 10. I think the 10 was already getting loose, and then, you know, the 48 and the 10 got it righted, but the 44 got loose and up into the 48 there, so that's why they were sent around. But again, with the 10, he was already starting to get loose, and I think the 48, again, just helped him around.
Yeah, when you get loose and you're holding your line and you can't really make a quick reaction to someone, especially with how loose the setup is from what we've been told. And, you know, we had gone through a little bit of a run, so there was a little bit of wear on the tires as well. You can't react without, you know, so it's just like if you react too quickly, you're going to go around. So I think Cody was trying to follow Dejon, and all of a sudden Dejon got a little bit loose. Cody just didn't have enough time to react like he wanted to, and just got in the back of him.
So the all came down. Just about everybody came down pit lane there.
Everyone did come down.
Yeah, Dylan Poteet ends up as the leader. Dylan Schmallenberg will be 2nd on the restart. 3rd will be Shane Sides. Austin will go 4th. Robbie Gilvin will come off 5th.
I believe I heard 1 to green, by the way.
Going 1 to green, will go back green at lap 32 of 90. Ricky Johnson will roll off 6th. Cole Baker 7th. Tyler Mallon 8th. 9th will be Henry Nova, and 10th will be Felipe Teixeira, despite the wrecking happening. Rest of the field goes as such. Eric Rodriguez 11th, Michael Norman 12th, Charles Belding 13th, Andrew Lemke 14th, Dejon Weeks 15th. 16th will be Will Goss, back on the lead lap. 17th, Roger Ray 18th, Cody Lamas, Blake Warren out of the race in 19th. So they'll line them up 2 by 2. Dylan Poteet's elected the outside line, taking a book out of Dylan Schwallenberg's book. So
yeah, and we've seen that high side be the beneficiary on these restarts. So I'm curious what's going to happen here, because we're already lap 31 coming to 32 now. You got the 24 on the inside. The 24 has been on the inside and the outside on both restarts at the front now. So the 24 has a good idea of how to pretty much manage the restarts. Even though he may not be able to get the lead right away, I expect that the 24 will probably run down Poteet and take the lead back pretty quickly. Because he's had the fastest car. We've seen that, Carlos.
No, arguably, he has had one of the best cars tonight, as has Dylan Schwallenberg, and that inside line is not really keen to making passes, at least on certain points of the racetrack. Back straightaway, we can maybe make a pass. Same with the front stretch if you get a good run off of 4, but in the corners, you really are struggling to make passes on the inside. But when we go green here, it'll be lap 32 on the board, just past the 1/3 of the way through this one tonight at Homestead. It's been it's end of the season for IMRC. Season 8 Cup Series, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch here as Dylan Poteet will get into the restart zone and he'll get the green flag. Good start for him, but Schwallenberg will be dead even with him as they head towards 1.
Old Baker didn't get a really good restart, unfortunately, that time by, causing a big gap from 7th on back to form up, but they're getting really racy back here, and they're trying to get in their positions, and I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I was clicking the wrong thing. I apologize.
No worries, as it looks like it's going to be Dylan Schwallenberg who will assume the lead after all of that. Shane Side slides into the championship spot there in second. Poteet with a dive, though, into the corner. Shane Side's really close to the wall there, but Poteet makes a power move, and he'll go back to the top championship contender. Almost got to the back bumper of Schwallenberg there to make a pass for the lead. Arguably the two guys with the best cars tonight. They're going to be dueling it out all night long, but they have all really settled it out single file.
Oh, there's a wreck back here in 1. Or a 3. I'm sorry. I cannot get used to this track.
It's the 51 of Eric Rodriguez. It looks like he's the only car around, so we may not get a yellow here. He'll bring it off.
He's getting off the track, going on the access road. So it seems like we're still green from what I can tell.
Still green flag racing here at Homestead after the incident with Eric Rodriguez. So Poteet has settled into second, Shane Sides third, Austin Ogo fourth, and Robbie Gilvin in fifth. Best battle on track right now. The quote-unquote teammates of Henry Nova and Tyler Mallon doing battle here as Nova's getting a good run here off the corners. But heading down the front stretch, he's not able to get that good run as the outside line does, so he's still going to continue battling here with the 18 of Mallon.
You know, if they're going to try to figure out what to do toward the end of this run to gain positions, they've got to figure out how to make that inside benefit them, because everyone's going to go to the high side holding that line up there. They got to figure out, okay, where do I need to dive bomb this corner? Because, you know, you can't just sit there and ride, especially if you're someone like, you know, you got Mallon back here, Ricky Johnson back here. They got to make something happen. I mean, they're probably going to ride and be content for now, but they got to start experimenting a little bit with that middle to bottom lane to figure out if they can or can't do anything later on in the run.
Leaders passing the now lap car of Eric Rodriguez here. He'll mesh in with the group here. Shane Sides trying to hold on to the third position as he gets a good run there.
Will Goss is around. Roger Ray made contact. Goss went around on his own, and then Roger Ray barely got a piece of that.
Caution is out for the 5th time tonight. Will Goss, a lot of rear end damage in his return race. Definitely not what he wanted. Free pass goes to the 51 of Eric Rodriguez, and as you mentioned, Jess, the 2 did get some help.
Yeah, but he was fine. It looked like he was fine to begin with, and then you know, the car just got away from him, and then barely little contact from Roger Ray. There was no way for Roger to go, and Goss is unfortunately going to retire from the race.
Yeah, he just really got loose there. Actually, wasn't even contact from Roger Ray. He did get the contact from Roger as he was already spinning, but after he was spinning. So yeah, just a case of getting loose, and I guess the rear end damage was just too much. So the end of the line tonight for Will Goss. He'll end up 18th after all is said and done in the final race of the season. So it's the 2.
They're all coming in pit road. Eric Rodriguez is now coming back around after getting free pass, and he's coming down pit road as well now. So no one stayed out this time.
So you'll get a wide shot here of who wins the race off of pit road here. Lap 38 on the board right now as we're approaching the halfway point. Not seeing anybody really make any big and bold strategy moves here. Looks like everyone's getting 4 tires. Poteet, nope, it'll be Schwallenberg winning the race off of pit road. Shane Sides second, and then it was just a conglomerate after that, all the way back through the back of the field. So we'll give you the rundown here.
You might want to wait till they get all on the track, because it's like by the time leaving the access road.
Yeah, we'll see how they all pan out here. The top 5 are at least right. Dylan Schwallenberg, Shane Sides, Dylan Poteet, Ricky Johnson, and Robbie Gilvin. I'm impressed with the 74 Robbie Gilvin. Had a lot of trouble at Michigan last week, and now he's having a really good bounce-back race here. He's been inside the top 5, has been near the lead even, as it looks like we're going to go green this time by, but a really impressive run so far for the 74 of Robbie Gilvin. I'm looking for him to maybe be a dark horse here with the way he's been driving tonight.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, unfortunately, Gilvin was pretty much in near all, if not all, the incidents at Michigan, and just a bad luck for him last week. But now it seems like he's bounced back pretty fairly nicely this time, and Roger Ray, he had a little bit of damage, but he's up here, still trying to truck along up here in the third row up here.
So as they come off of turn number 4, we'll go back green. Lap 39 will go on the board, almost to the halfway point. Here tonight at Homestead, green flag in the air. Dylan Schwallenberg gets it underway. Shane Side's going to try and keep it here on the inside here, but that outside line's been very, very good tonight.
There goes Shane.
He's going to be able to make it stick as Shane's going to try it.
And look behind, look who moved up to the high side, ready to start that run on that high side again. Immediately from the bottom to the top. That's not even a surprise for me, based on how he's been running. And Shane,
really close. Shane Side's in a lot of trouble there. He's going to be up into the fence. That's
Rick
going to open up the
Johnson's
door
right there
for
now.
Shane, for Dylan Poteet, and even Robbie Gilvin there in the 74s. He's going to try
there's
to get
a
around the
caution
outside.
out. Belding's wrecked back here. The caution is out.
Caution is out. Well, again, there's Charles Belding in the 28. Looks like Cody Lamas may have had more damage as well. But, man, that was really exciting when they were coming through 3 and 4, but the caution really has stifled that. Schwallenberg hangs on to the lead with Dylan Poteet in second.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I wonder right now if they're thinking if this is actually going to come down to fuel strategy or who's got the position by the end of the race now, based on the cautions, unfortunately, falling the way they are. One of those tracks that seems to be hard to handle tonight, don't you agree, Carlos?
You'll see them here heading down the back straightaway. I do agree with you on that. This is really a tough race. 48 just gets into the 28 there. Michael Norman also got a little bit of damage, so there's going to be some heavy right side damage, though, on the 48 of Cody Lamas. He had another wreck he has been involved in. Not a good night for that Ally Chevy. It looks like only a couple cars decided to come down. Basically, everybody that had some damage there, they're going to go ahead and double them up here, and we'll go green next time by.
It just seems like, as far as the run goes, if they can manage the first couple laps, they're able to sort themselves out really nicely. If you've noticed that, it just a little bit of unfortunate events. I'm sure that by the time they get like a couple laps down, this will go back to where it was a little earlier on with the long green flag run that we were having early. At least I'm hoping to. But anyway, let's look at this. You got Poteet up there with the 24. Do you think Poteet's going to be able to do what Shane Sides was trying to do and hang with him, or do you think he's going to move right up to the high side and just fall in line behind the 24?
You know, if it's in his best interest, he maybe tries to make a run at it, but if he doesn't have the car through 3 and 4, move up to the outside and then set him up for passes later on in the run, barring a caution. If you get a long green flag run here, expect that 17 to maybe have an advantage here against the 24.
Yeah, but that 17 being on the inside, you see who's up right behind the 24 up there too.
Yeah, Shane Sides is right up there. So is Tyler Mallon and Rick Johnson. The only two inside the top 6 that aren't running for a championship is Dylan Schwallenberg and then the 74 of Robbie Gilvin. So this is going to be interesting to see, almost to the halfway point here tonight at Homestead, Miami, as Dylan Schwallenberg gets another good jump. And it looks like Poteet did not get the jump he wanted, but quickly slides up in front of Shane Sides.
I think that right there was... I think that honestly was strategy. I think Poteet knew he couldn't get the jump on the 24 like he wanted to. And he immediately took that opening right there in front of Shane. And it looks like Rick Johnson hit the wall coming off of turn 2 a little bit. He's falling back. And he's like, the person on the move is Tyler Mallon. Look at him work that inside.
Just trying to make it stick here. Slide up in front of Robbie Gilvin. He'll settle into the second spot. Made a power move after restarting where he did. Poteet puts the bumper to Gilvin down the front straightaway to try and get around him. He's going to dive it in deep here, and he's going to be side by side with Mallon for second, and looks like he's going to try and take it here. Be tied off of 2, and he will.
Poteet saw what Mallon did and wanted to do it too, it seemed like, and Mallon gives him a shot to try to catch that 24 of Dylan Schwallenberg.
Now Gilvin dives it here to the inside of Tyler Mallon here. He's going to try and make it stick here. Don't think he will get the run off of 4 that he wants. Needed to be able to clear him. He got really loose, and that's going to cost him because Austin Ogo, he slides and puts the major league block on Austin Ogo there to hang on to the 4th spot. But look at Henry Nova on the inside trying to make some moves.
And Rick Johnson's coming with him too back here.
That's the
Rick
thing.
Johnson's
The outside line is where you want to be on corner exit. Corner entry, you better be sure that you make that pass when you go in, or else you're going to lose a heck of a lot of spots.
Well, actually, you want to have that gap up. You want to have that little gap opening at the top where if you make that move, you can go up there. And they almost had contact back here with Henry Nova and Rick Johnson, because Rick Johnson got a huge run, and then Henry Nova slid right up in front of everyone else at the top side. It looks like Felipe Teixeira is trying to move forward as well back here.
He's starting to make some moves. He's just on the brink of the top 10, battling Cole Baker back there. Front few have been able to settle it out single file for the time being. Henry Nova trying to still work that inside line. Got to be careful here off of 4 that Rick Johnson doesn't get a run, and he's actually going to try and make it stick here with Gilvin. Dead heat at the line for the 4th position, but for the time being, Gilvin will hold it. But Nova's going to have the advantage here as they're also coming up on Tyler Mallon.
And what I was looking at real quick, a little race summary, we've only got 2 people who have unfortunately retired, and that would be Will Goss and Blake Warren. Everyone else is on the lead lap from 1st all the way down to from 1st down to 17th.
Wow, you saw it there on the back straightaway. Robbie Gilvin put the door to the 20 of Henry Nova here. Nova trying to slide up in front of him. He's still trying to get Gilvin for the 4th spot, but Nova will just give it up, and he'll slide back into the 5th position. Felipe Teixeira, man, he is on the move right now, trying to pick guys off one by one.
I was going to mention Teixeira. I'm checking right now. Felipe Teixeira currently has the fastest lap of this race. He had a 30.615.
So somebody's really lit a fire under that number 44 machine as he's trying to get around our lowest championship contender right now, Shane Sides. He's not going to have the advantage here. Gets him at the line, but he's going to need to pass him here in 1 and 2 to make the pass. As, man, that 44 Albertson's machine is running really, really well right now. He's trying to battle Austin Ogo for a spot as well. It's just that inside line, you need to know how to work it. And right now, Felipe is not going to be able to pass Shane. Now he's going to have to hold off Roger Ray.
Well, remember what we mentioned earlier, or what I brought up earlier to the commentation, that, they're all running that high side. If they want to make moves to actually get anywhere, they're going to have to figure out how to make that middle and that bottom line work to get into position to win this championship or the race or both. And it looks like Poteet and Mallon decided it was time to start experimenting with it.
Speaking of Poteet and Mallon, they're the front 2, the 2nd and 3rd place runners of the championship contenders. Rick Johnson's right there in 6th. Shane Sides still trying to hold off Teixeira for the 9th position. So they're all still in the top 10, but everyone's just doing the battling for them, and that's why Robbie Gilvin hasn't been able to run down Tyler Mallon, because he's continuing to be under fire from Henry Nova. I don't think Nova's going to still complete the pass, as we're just on the lap 50 mark, 40 laps to go next time by, as Mallon got the wall off of 2.
Oh, Teixeira almost made contact with Roger Ray back here for 10th. Teixeira's really trying to make that bottom work. He's been running that bottom the whole lap through here, and Roger Ray, he's trying to get back in after getting a little bit of damage with the contact from Cody Lamas earlier on in this race, but seems to be holding pretty good, running 10th, and Teixeira is up to 9th right now.
Looking up at the front, Dylan Schwallenberg last time I ran a 39.8. Poteet ran a 31.02, so Schwallenberg showing a little bit more speed here. Tyler Mallon ran a 39.9, so they're all within 0.3 of each other. We'll see what they run this time by. So it looks like it's just everybody's just running almost nearly identical lap time. So really no ground is being made up, but no ground is being lost.
Well, Shane Sides back here, he's running currently in the 8th position. His last lap was a 31.062.
That time by Schwallenberg at 31.02, Poteet at 31.08, 31.07 for the 18 of Mallon. So yeah, all running exact at just about identical lap times. I'm just trying to look through here. Who really has the fastest car? It's probably the Schwallenberg machine. Actually,
Henry Nova's making a move on Robbie Gilvin. Couldn't get it to stick.
He's
the
about
high side's really pulling out.
He's really lost a lot of ground now as he's going to be caught on that inside line. Rick Johnson's going to have the run here off of 2. So will the 41 of Austin Ogo. So that getting a little bit loose there for the 20 of Henry Nova is really going to cost him as he's going to start free falling here as he's going to try and slide up in there. And that's going to cost Felipe Teixeira because he got punted into the wall there by that block by Henry Nova.
And good job by Roger Ray to back off and not run in the back of him to cause a wreck. I mean, that was really good self-awareness there, what was going on around him.
It's a good save by Felipe Teixeira. He's going to try and stick it back to the outside here of Henry Nova. He got the wall there again, so I don't know if he'll have the run off the corner that he wants. It's going to be tight, but he's going to have to settle back in line here. Man,
meanwhile,
really
there was a pass up here. Rick Johnson just moved up a position.
Robbie Gilvin, Shane Sides back up here as well as Gilvin starting to slide back. He gets the wall off of turn number 4, so that's going to cost him some time. The guy that was running as high as 3rd tonight, as the battle's going to continue here between Henry Nova and Felipe Teixeira. As Gilvin's actually going to fall into this battle here shortly, depending on what happens here with Nova and Teixeira. This all is happening behind our 2 leaders. The 24 of Dylan Schwalbenberg.
Yeah, it's happening roughly around 7th position, but what I was saying a moment ago was that Rick Johnson was able to get to the high side and make a couple passes. Now Rick Johnson's back up in 4th, and now our championship contenders are 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th at this moment.
So I guess we can make a report on the Robbie Gilvin machine. This car is definitely a really, really good short-run car, but the long run is not really working for him right now as he's been in the wall on 2 or nearly 3 consecutive laps. So there might be the car might be tightening up on the 74. Just ahead of them is Shane Sides, lowest of the championship contenders right now. Also the commissioner of this league. A big thank you to him to putting on this league for an 8th season. It's been a lot of fun to bring it to in the races that I've gotten to broadcast. It's been a lot of fun. Jess, you've been along for most of it, so a big thank you goes to that man, the driver of the 22 is Shane Sides.
Yep, this is this 8th season. Shane's done quite a bit for the league, not just for IMRC Cup, but he runs lights, and every so often we have a Super Stadium Truck Series that runs. I think we've also done a rally series. I'm not really sure because I haven't been part of the rally series. I was thinking that if I've heard correctly, there might be another season of IMRC possibly coming back. So if anyone out there is interested, they should try to contact someone in the league or try to get in touch with Shane Sides to see if the ability to join this league if they're interested.
Oh, we got a spinner. Sorry to cut you off. It's Felipe Teixeira on the back straightaway. Caution is out, and it looks like the 74 of Robbie Gilvin was the one that got into him.
I was on Michael Norman at the time, so I unfortunately did not see that issue.
It looks like the 74 of Gilvin got into the 44 of Teixeira, both guys running inside the top 10, so that's going to cost Robbie Gilvin as he's going to probably have to EOL to the back of the pack, and that's going to hurt him, and definitely, of course, for Felipe Teixeira, we'll go back and see what happened to bring out our 6th caution of the night.
And I believe Belding should get the free pass.
Good for him.
I imagine they're all going to come down to pit road, too.
You'll see them here come battling for what was the 7th position. Gilvin is going to slide up here and just take the nose off of the 44. And then the 44 just slid down, noses it into the inside wall. Good thing for that safer barrier. But, man, that is a lot of front-end damage for the 44. Actually, doesn't look like too bad for him, but definitely might be some internal damage. But that's why we're under our 6th caution of the night, and this is going to cost both of those guys that were running inside the top 10.
Tell you, Belding must be really happy about getting the free pass there, because now he can be with the group again.
And speaking of the group, everybody's coming down. Dylan Schwalbenberg leading them down. He's going to have the liberty of being one of those guys up in the front few pit stalls, so that's something to watch out for here as they're all in right now, fanning out over this. You know, a little
bit of almost contact with Cody Lamas there. A couple of the driver in front of him. I couldn't tell who that was.
Looks like no one's willing to make any risks right now. Oh boy, Tyler Mallon, actually, I spoke too soon. Tyler Mallon makes a bold risk. He takes 2 tires under this one. He'll be the first off of pit lane. Dylan Schwallenberg will be second. Rick Johnson third. I think Ogo beat Poteet. And then 6th, Shane Side. 7th, Henry Nova. 8th, Roger Ray. 9th, John Weeks.
I want to point
Andrew
out
Lamb.
something, Carlos. Look at what lap we're on. We're on lap 60. We have roughly about 30 laps to go. So it makes me wonder if they're expecting another caution, or if they could actually make it right there on the cusp here. I don't know how much fuel that the cup physics are able to use here at the speedways. But you remember last week when we were talking to Shane Sides after the race, he said he's not going to sit there and pretty much he's just going to do what he's always done, ride with them and just run, and see what happens, and he's going to make the move when it's time if he can. If he's there, he's just not going to push it too far or too hard. And look what he's been able to do so far. He's been sitting there with Rick Johnson and Dylan Schwallenberg and Mallon this whole run, and he's back up to 6th again.
So as Felipe Teixeira brings it down again for another pit stop, we'll go green next time by. It'll be lap 62 on the board, 29 laps to settle this one tonight. Tyler Mallon plays the strategy again. He is going to be the leader with a 2-tire stop. Dylan Schwallenberg will be second, Austin Ogo third, Rick Johnson fourth, Dylan Poteet fifth, and then Shane Sides in 6th. The rest of the top 10, Henry Nova, Roger Ray, Dijon Weeks, and Andrew Lemke makes an appearance here inside the top 10. Looking through here as Teixeira on pit lane trying to get stuff damaged. There's the 74 Robbie Gilvin. He's going to be forced to be end of the longest line after causing that last caution. So the guy that was running up in the top 5 for a lot of the day, he's going to have to try and work his way back up through some slower traffic.
And if you are following along, the Championship 4 of Tyler Mallon, he's currently leading. You have Rick Johnson running 4th in the 93, 5th, Dylan Poteet in the 17, and the 22 of Shane Sides running 6th. Those are the 4 championship contenders here for this race here.
This is going to be a very, very interesting restart, to say the least, with how Tyler Mallon playing the strategy move here.
Did he take right sides or left sides, Carlos?
I think he took just right side, so he's going to have that to his advantage on the outside line, but otherwise, if this run turns into a long green flag run, he is definitely going to be in a lot of trouble, to say the least. As we'll go green here, he'll hit the restart zone. Green flag, good restart for Mallon. He'll have the advantage of the outside line here, but Schwallenberg purposefully backs off of him. But if the race were to end right now, Tyler Mallon be the champion, as Schwallenberg really tried to get to the inside there of Mallon, but Mallon shut the doors. They head to the back.
Yeah, Schwallenberg wants to run that high side, but I have a feeling he saw what happened on that inside line. Now he's going to use it to his advantage going here in 3.
He's going to dive it in here, hopefully gets that run, and it's going to be enough to clear the 2 tires only car of Tyler Mallon. Rick Johnson hovering all around him right now. That is the battle for who would win the title. They are 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and Shane right now is going for 5th, as actually Rick Johnson's going to really dive it hard here. He's going to try and get Schwallenberg off of 2.
And we haven't really talked about Rick Johnson. He's basically been running his own race in the middle of the pack, not really making a lot of moves, but now he's up there where it's starting to count in this later half of this race.
He's got a deck lid full of Dylan Poteet right behind him right now. Poteet might be starting to think of a move here. Or do you think that they'll both work together to try and set up the 24? Never mind. Here comes the 17 to the inside for the 2nd spot, and maybe even the lead. Can he get the 2 for 1? And not quite, as Schwallenberg battles back as down the back.
I have an idea in the back of my mind that I'm thinking about here, Carlos. Shane Sides is running back here in 6. He's not pushing himself. He's not diving it really hard in the corners as Rick Johnson goes to the high side of Poteet here. I'm wondering if Shane's just sitting there trying to save his equipment while they're running hard and aggressive up there, wearing themselves out.
I'm really worried about that 17 right now. Him and the 93 have been just so close. Man, oh man, they are nose to tail for 1st through 3rd. Schwallenberg's loving every bit of this, because this may not effectively affect him. Tyler Mallon just watching back there in 4th. as Rick here is going to try and battle for the lead. He's not going to get that run off of 4 as Schwallenberg will have it. Man, Poteet had to take evasive action there as Rick slid up. This is how tight the battle is for the championship. These guys are willing to do what it takes to try and win the title, but they got to be careful here. Poteet's going to slam the door again. Rick goes down the back and tries to take it back, but I think he's going to have the wherewithal this time to just back off and let the 17 hang on to second.
There's a lot of passing back here toward the back part of this group here in around 10th and 11th and 12th. They're making a lot of moves here. Roger Ray is, and Lemke almost just got cut off. He almost cut out Cody Lamas off. That was almost contact back there. They're running side by side, trying to get everything they can get back here. And this if this starts to turn into a long green flag run, this is going to be really evident for people to get in their positions and get ready for that long run. They're almost they're going to go 3 wide. Is he? Yeah, the back end just came around, and is he going to save it? No, he's around.
Felipe Teixeira
Eric Rodriguez went around back
no
here.
Caution for the 51 of Eric Rodriguez. I'm looking back here also. Cole Baker is way off the pace right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was from earlier with the damage or not, unless it's the internet connection where he's trying to back off and make sure that he's not interested. I just don't know what it is. He's got the 42 back there. But meanwhile, Dejan Weeks is trying to make a move with battling with Roger Ray here, and he just can't seem to do it. So he's going to tuck in line behind him for now. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Poteet. I don't know. Do you think Poteet's got anything for the 24 at this point? Because it seems like Rick Johnson got up there, and now Rick Johnson just backed off, and he's running his own line now.
I don't think, I don't think Poteet's really trying to be worried about the win right now. He's battling hard to try and get it. I think he's more concerned about holding off the 93, the 18, being another one as well. The 22's up there in 6th now, so he's really focused on his competitors for the title.
I'm watching this aggressive battle here for 12th. Felipe Teixeira and Robbie Gilvin have been going at it for the past several laps for position. There's almost a point where when Eric spun out that Felipe and Robbie almost made contact around that same time, and Belding's back here trying to figure out which one to go with back and for position.
There's contact down the back straightaway between the 48 and the 64. That 48's definitely not to where Cody Lamas would like it to be. Him and Andrew Lemke made a lot of contact down the back. This time they have it a bit spread out, so shouldn't make any contact. Here's a battle for the 8th position. That's Dejan Weeks trying to get it away from Roger Ray, but he's not able to for the time being, so Roger Ray is going to hold on to 8th for the time being. It's single file among the top 10 as the top 3 have really broken away from the pack.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the 2 tires that Malin took on that last pit stop, I'm wondering if that's what's causing him to start to fall back now, because those top 3 are just kind of pulling away here, and it's not going to be long before the whole field catches up to where Malin is and start battling Malin for 4. So Malin's got to hope for a quick caution, or at least something to go wrong with the top 3.
Rick Johnson, he, however, is starting to close back in on the 17.
Look at Dejan Weeks down there making the move on Roger Ray. They just can't figure out who's going to get the position between them.
Battle starting to heat up between the 17 and the 93. The 93 trying to pick a line that's half a line lower. Schwallenberg up near the wall there. I don't think that's going to be a good a lap as he wanted, so Poteet might be able to close back in here just a little bit. Austin Ogo, however, he's been able to get around the slower Tyler Mallon for 4th, so Ogo might try and start running down these guys as Tyler Mallon's going to actually start falling into the clutches of Shane Sides. So that 2-tire fall-off is starting to take shape here for the 18.
Yeah, and I mean, Mallon really needs a caution in my opinion, because he needs to get some fresh rubber on all 4 tires. He only took 2 sides last time he said, right sides only. So you know for a fact that the left sides are really badly worn at this moment, most likely. He just can't find the grip. And as I keep watching this. It just seems like Dejan and Roger, they keep battling back here. They don't know who's going to get the position. Dejan really wants it bad back here, as we see Shane Sides going underneath Tyler Mallon for position here for 5th.
He's going to get the spot away from him, so move him on third on the running order of those guys battling for a championship. He's got a lot of ground to make up to even get up into that battle. He's going to have Malin give him a really good shove down the back straightaway, so that'll give Shane some advantage here. He's got to be careful to not put it into the wall off of the corner, very close to it, but he keeps it off. As Roger Ray's now going to try and take the 6th spot away from Tyler Malin. Malin just cascading right now through the field. As we're on the board now, 15 laps to go.
Nope. Is it going to be? No, they settled back down to side by side. I thought Dejan was going to make it 30 wide there for a moment. Seems like Andrew Lemke was with this pack, and he's starting to lose touch with Cody Lamas a little bit. And that's for 11. We got some stragglers in the backpack here, too. Michael Norman is trying to run with Belding. And I believe that is, yep, that's Felipe Teixeira. This is for 12th, 13th, and 14th.
That 3-car group is slowly becoming a 4-car group as Austin Ogo is starting to catch the back bumper of the 93 of Rick Johnson. As Shane Sides, he's trying to get some ground up as well. I think these guys are starting to realize that this may just go green all the way to the finish. So they're going to try and gain as much time as they can.
Mid-pack back here, they're trying to maneuver around Eric Rodriguez, who happens to now be a lap down.
Ogo continues to close in on the 93 Amoco machine of Ricky Johnson. Dylan Poteet has got his sights set on a championship right now. If this goes green to the end, he'd be 13 laps away, but he's really got to worry about the hard-charging 22 as well, who's starting to catch these guys as well and might make it a 5-car fight for the championship and the win.
You know, if I'm just thinking about this right now, the 24, he had a lot of real-life stuff that was going on, so unfortunately he wasn't able to make most of the races, according to what we understand. Imagine if the 24 was in the championship for, because he was in the playoffs, and unfortunately he wasn't able to make it in. He almost made it in last week. But look at him. He's up here running at the moment, leading this race. You could almost pretty much say that he probably would be leading the championship most likely if if everything happened the way he wanted to. He would have probably already had this in the bag, I would think, because that 24 is pretty much untouchable at this moment. 4-car group here. I don't know. Do you think they have enough to run down the 24, Carlos?
I'm just thinking in my head, I don't think the 3 championship contenders that are in the top 5 are really worried about the win. They're worried about battling each other. The win would be nice to have a win and a title, but I don't think they're so much worried about that.
Shane Sides is back here in 5th. He's slowly starting to reel in the 93.
Battle on for 3rd now as Austin Ogo makes the move to the inside as they'll head down the back straightaway here. He will get the spot from Rick Johnson. Now he's going to try and get Dylan Poteet. No, he'll slide just in front of Rick Johnson there for the 3rd spot. So there's a wedge now between the 17 and the 93, that being the black 41 of Austin Ogo. Very close there off of turn number 4. I thought Ogo was going to make a move on Poteet, but it's clear right now Austin Ogo's got a much better car than Dylan Poteet and Ricky Johnson do, as Poteet near the wall there, as now Ogo takes 2nd. The championship for 3 of them, 3rd, 4th, and 5th now, as Shane Sides has caught this group.
I want to ask you to do something for me, Carlos. Tell me what the lap time is of Dylan Schwallenberg at the line.
Last time by he had a 31.48 coming to the line. This time we'll give you the top 5's times. This time he's a 31.53. 31.53 for him. Austin Ogo's running a 31.3. Dylan Poteet a 31.59. Ricky Johnson a 31.59. And Shane Sides a 31.31. Shane Sides has got the better car among the championship 3.
I just want to point this out. Tyler Malin is back in 9th. His last lap was a 31.712. So he desperately needs some help right now. He needs that caution to come out or something to happen big time for him, because he's back here and he's just fine. And Cody just got into the corner of Dejan. There's a wreck in the front stretch.
Caution will come out. There's the caution that Tyler Malin needed, and this was happening just when Shane Sides was battling the 93 for a spot, but the 93 beat him at the line. Actually, I think the spot may go to Shane Sides with the time of caution. But oh my goodness, in the final few laps, this changes everything. The championship, 3 of the championship contenders are up here, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and Austin Ogo was about to get around the 24 as the pits are open. Well, we may go back to figure out what happened to bring out the caution here, as you saw car sideways on the front straightaway. So it looks like there's some smoke up at the exit of pit lane, but we're going to watch this race off of pit lane to see. This is going to probably decide the race here, Jess.
Well, it's 82. Actually, no, wait, it's 84. Yeah, they're at 85 now, so we're probably going to go back
Trouble for
green.
Rick Johnson in the pits. He did not get into his stall properly.
Well, did he overshoot it?
No, I think he undershoot it is what happened there. Austin Ogo is going to win the race off of pit lane.
There's a wreck
and
back
Henry
here.
Nova spins in the pits with Roger Ray. They're all trying to get it corrected here. Oh my goodness, a lot of drama for guys in the back and then even guys up at the front. Rick Johnson took a massive hit there for trying to get to the title, man. Oh my goodness, I'm at a loss for words right now as he slid into his pit stall, didn't overshoot it. If anything, he undershot it, and that really is going to cost him there, as now the championship 3 at the front is now going to be the 17, 22, and the 18, and the 18's got fresh 4s now.
Yeah, and we've seen that. We've seen that the 18 has pretty much dived to that bottom and challenged for the lead. And we saw Poteet take a page out of Malin's book early on as well. Got used to what was going on, and he used it for his own advantage. But on this restart, the 24 is on the inside, and you have Ogo on the high side. You have Poteet in the 3rd position. I mean, I don't know. They're all right here now.
They're going to go green this time. It'll be 5 laps to figure out a winner here tonight. Austin Ogo, the control car, green flag in the air. Who's going to win the race? Who's going to win the championship? Lots of guys up here that could play a factor into how it goes down. Schwellenberg on the inside of Ogo, trying to get the lead back from him. Ogo's going to have the run off of 2 here. He didn't really have a great short run car. The long run car was there for him, but the battle is on for the championship. Shane Sides, Dylan Poteet, Tyler Mallon, all right up here as Schwellenberg dives it into the corner to get the lead away from the 24. The 24, they're going to be 4 wide on the front stretch. Austin Ogo, a power move to get the spot. Oh my goodness, what a battle down the front.
And by the way, if you haven't noticed, look who's starting to creep back into this group up here in 7th.
That's Ricky Johnson there as they're all trying to scramble for positions. This is a battle for the championship. They're battling for the lead. The battle for the championship's right behind them. Tyler Mallon, Shane Sides. Mallon's going to slide up the track there. Ogo makes a slide shot
made a mistake. Now the lead has been swapped again, and it looks like the 24 is going to go back to 3rd at the moment.
24 starting to slide back. All the championship 4 right up here at the front. Andrew Lemke's sitting here like, which line's going to open up for me to have a chance at a win here? Shane Sides currently in the championship spot right now as they head down the back, and Robbie Gilman's around down the back straightaway. Caution is out. We're going to have a green-white. Checkered.
Yep, we are probably going to overtime here. Oh boy. We saw that they were kind of looking for spots and positions earlier on, Carlos. Now it looks like the aggressiveness has really taken it into another level. Don't you agree for this championship?
Oh no, the aggression's going to go through the roof here as lap 89 is on the board. The leader did not take the white flag, so the leader, Austin Ogo, did not. So we're going to go into an overtime period here. Oh, how fitting would that be for the end of this race? We're not going to go back to look at as I think these guys, they're going to try and get it going, get this one going very quickly here after this caution. It's an overtime period, 2 laps to go. If the leader does not take the white flag and we have a caution, we'll rack them up again. And
I think we get 3 attempts to this. We get 3 attempts. Pit road is open, they said.
Pits are open. So yeah, as Jess said, you get 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. On the 3rd one, if the leader takes on any of them, if the leader takes the white flag, next flag would end the race. If they on the 1st and 2nd attempt,
coming down.
No,
No, he's
I
not.
think they're
Okay.
all just trying to fool each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
So Poteet did not end up coming down. I think the only guys that are probably going to come down pit lane here would probably be the guys towards the back: Charles Belding, Cole Baker, and Cody Lamas. But they're going to line them up double file here. Austin Ogo and Dylan Schwallenberg, they're going to battle for the win here. But the battle for the championship is going to happen in those two rows right there. Shane Sides, Tyler Mallon, Dylan Poteet, and Rick Johnson, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, respectively.
Well, we know that the high side is where you want to be at on these restarts, but at the same time, we've seen Mallon and Poteet use that diving technique that a lot more people are using now for their starting on the restarts and all. But I just don't know, based on we had that restart a couple of laps ago, I don't know if diving it so hard into it's caused a little bit of wear and I'm not sure if it's going to work now or if it actually will be same or not. But who are you favoring here? Because I'm looking at Mallon. Mallon's in perfect position up there on the top side, and that's where you want to be at. But you get the car, the 22 down there as well. And we know Poteet ain't going to sit still. He's going to go for it.
Rick Johnson, he's on that outside. The outside line's been good. Expect him to maybe make some moves. Oh my goodness, the top 6 is going to be a firestorm to say the least. So it wouldn't surprise me if the winner of the race comes from 7th on back if all these guys just start getting into each other. But the green flag will come out 2 laps to settle Season 8 of the IMRC Cup Series. Who's going to win the race and the championship? We'll hopefully find out in 2 laps. Green flag in the air. Austin Ogo on the gas. Tyler Mallon on the gas as well to try and run for the title. Schwallenberg will be side by side with Ogo for the lead. Sides trying to battle back on the inside there for the championship and the 3rd position.
Yep, crossover by Mallon here. Shane got to the high side, and now Mallon wants the bottom here.
With the leader takes the white flag, next flag ends the race. Ogo trying to keep it up there on the outside. Schwallenberg's going to wash up here. That could cause some trouble as everyone's trying to fan out. There we go. Ogo sideways. Sides trying to save it as Ogo
There is
spins.
caution. There was caution announced by Shane Sides. I heard him say caution, but I'm not sure if it was in time or not.
Did the leader take the white flag? Waiting to hear from race control, so if it's quiet for a minute, we'll let you know.
Shane's still in the front stretch parked here. Not really moving here. I don't know what he's doing. They're all slowing down.
So the caution is out regardless. Championship contender Shane Sides bouncing off of the Austin Ogo machine. That's effectively going to end his night.
You want to go back and look at that real quick, Carlos?
Yeah, while they all try to sort it out, we'll go back, and it looks like we're going to try it again. So we'll go ahead and quickly and see what happened with the 22. He's actually got it corrected now.
I heard him say something. I didn't hear what he said. Did you, Carlos?
I think he was referring to something else. I don't think it's in regards to how this race is going to finish. I think we're still gonna have a finish here. We'll have our 2nd attempt at a overtime finish here. You're gonna watch these guys here through 3 and 4. They were 4 wide again off the corner. Watch the 41 here, the 22 and others. They just all ran out of room. 22 bounced off him, and the 41 spun. 22 somehow didn't hit anybody else. So really, in retrospect, it was a 2-car incident, Jess.
Well, remember, they were thinking it was coming through the white flag and the checkered, and they were looking at getting a championship and a win. So, I mean, I don't blame these guys for running as hard as they are. I would have been in the same position if it were me, but unfortunately, I'm not that talented when it comes to these type of intermediate tracks. But what I wanted to bring up something real quick. I'm very impressed with the 44 of Felipe Teixeira running here in 7th at the moment. I think he might be 7th or 8th, depending on where Shane's going to come back around. I'm not sure. But Felipe Teixeira's done a really good job up here. And then you got Roger Ray after getting a little bit of damage with Cody Lamas and the nice battle that him and Dejan were having for multiple laps. He's up here in 6th at this moment. Lemke making a one-off appearance here. He's 5th at the moment. Then you got the championship contenders of Rick Johnson in 4th, Kyle Mallon in 3rd, and Poteet holding the championship steady, currently in second with the 24 leading this race. Shane looks like he's getting himself some tires and getting ready to come back around. I don't know when they're going to go back to the green, but they're all single file still.
I think we're going to get the 1 to green next time by. So you said the top 5 all right there. Dylan Schwallenberg, Dylan Poteet, Tyler Mallon, Rick Johnson, and Andrew Lemke in a one-off race. He's in 5th right now. So we'll go green, I believe, next time by. That'll put 96 on the board.
But still, I mean, you gotta give a shout out to the drivers who are
actually,
making a
Jess,
real.
it looks like we're going to go this time.
We are?
Yeah, they're lining up double file. So,
oh boy, here we go.
Here we go. 2 laps. We'll try it again. Second attempt at an overtime period here. Next flag will end the race. Dylan Schwallenberg, the control car. Second, third, and fourth are championship drivers. Johnson spins the tires there on the restart, but Schwallenberg will give, as Poteet will just give the lead to the 24. It's on between Poteet and Mallon as Johnson's currently caught in a firestorm.
Oh God, 4 wide back here. Shane just made it 4 wide and made it work and picked up 4 positions. He's coming.
42 is blowing up down the back straightaway. His night will come to an end, but everyone else keeping it clean for the time being. Tyler Mallon gonna move, try and use a power move to the outside.
Cody Lamas is around back here.
That's gonna be a yellow.
Michael Norman's collected as well back here.
They did not take the white flag, so we'll try it again.
I believe this will be the final chance too for him to do it. I believe.
Stop.
And at the line, Dylan Poteet beat Schwallenberg to the stripe. So he's going to have a buffer between him and Tyler Mallon and Rick Johnson.
That was an incredible restart back here, Carlos. I was watching Shane. Shane made a maneuver, made it 4 wide, picked up 4 or 5, going on 6 spots on that restart, and then they got really crammed between Cody Lamas and a few other people back here, and there's just nowhere for them to go. And made contact, went right up, barely clipped the 22 of Shane's sides and took him out completely of the championship contention opportunity that he had. That's a bad break for that 22.
So we're going to start all the way back at the restart here. We'll see that move he made. They're 3 wide right here. Then Shane just took the ultimate bottom line and got around all of those guys. Try and make up as much positions as he can. You see Cole Baker blowing up there down the back straightaway. As the 41's going to dive here on the 22. I don't know who initiated the contact. I believe 41 got into the 48. And it was just on from there. Michael Norman getting collected and up and over. Both go the 48 and the 22. That 22 all torn up, and his hopes at a championship are dashed. I knew it was coming at some point tonight that that a championship contender would have been taken out at some point. As we're going to go green this time by, Dylan Poteet selected the outside line for this final chance at a green-white checker finish.
I think we only have 3. I think we have 3 attempts.
We'll have to see here what the ultimate decision will be. But if this is the 3rd and final attempt, whatever next flag, regardless, will end this race. And wherever anyone is running at the line, that will be the finishing order. Dylan Poteet right now. He's in charge of the race and a potential shot at the championship. For him to go back-to-back, winning at Michigan and then picking up a win tonight, that would be huge. As Mallon spins the tires, green flag back in the air.
There's a wreck back here on the start. Flipped over. Caution is out.
So we won't have 3 attempts. We'll have a 4th attempt. The caution is out, and because of that, Dylan Schwallenberg's going to reassume the lead here.
Oh, no,
race is over. So Dylan Schwallenberg will... 24 was the leader, so Dylan Schwallenberg will win, and it looks like right now Dylan Poteet is the unofficial championship winner.
All I'm going to say is the quest for Dilly 2 belts is becoming a reality.
You'll see them here as the race has been declared official. In terms of
Wait, what? What are you doing? There's so much
there was some
confusion right now.
They were on the technical white flag lap, but there was some confusion as to how that was going to go down. So he'll save the export. Will Shane Sides there, but as of right now, Dylan Poteet is your champion.
Now, is that one official?
I believe it is, as you see Schwallenberg there celebrating on the front stretch. Oh my goodness, what a way to finish this thing. But I do believe that the 17 of Dylan Poteet is the championship winner. It's obvious the 24 is the race winner. Well deserved for the 24 of Dylan Schwallenberg.
And I'm just going to point out, remember when we were looking at Rick Johnson randomly coming through the field really fast and all? During that time, he set the fastest lap at a 30.473. Second was a .615. Oh, he was so close to getting it.
Yep, and it is official. Dylan Poteet is the IMRC Cup Series Season 8 champion. Dylan Schwallenberg winning this race. An incredible, incredible race to cap off Season 8.
Well, this race had a little bit of it all. Confusion, wrecks, side by side, 3 wide, 4 wide at one point too, and I don't know what to say. I don't know. This race had it all, Carlos. This race had every little thing detailed, and anything that happened pretty much did happen, I guess.
Schwallenberg is going to go to victory lane. There you see the 17 of Dylan Poteet going to do a victory lap here as the champion. While he does that, we're going to step aside. You'll get ready for the post-race wind down here from Homestead Miami Speedway. Dylan Schwallenberg is your race winner. Dylan Poteet is the IMRC Cup Series Season 8 champion. We will step aside real quick, and we'll be right back with post-race interviews and the post-race wrap-up here of this race tonight from Homestead Miami. Welcome back, everybody, to the post-race wind down here of IMRC Cup Series Season 8 race here from Homestead Miami Speedway. Dylan Poteet, your champion. You'll hear from 5 guys tonight to cap off an incredible season. We're going to go ahead and bring in the commissioner here, Shane Sides, who had a tough night. Tough night to wrap up the season. Shane, running for the championship, you ran really well tonight, but just Rex plagued you there at the end, and you know, it just relegated you to not the finish you wanted tonight, I guess.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I pulled off. That last caution during that run was what really killed me. You know, I was running way faster than the two guys in front. It was just that caution with the 10 that really ruined me there because it just set off a chain of events and didn't help. I got involved in two wrecks that really shouldn't have happened, but it happens though. I get it. It's hard racing, and you know people are just trying to get what positions they can. It is disappointing to actually to run so well and just have that be the end. You know, I thought I ran a pretty mostly clean season, so just to get taken out like that was unfortunate. But it is what it is. I'm happy my teammate at least won the championship. I can find some solace in that at least.
I'm just going to say this. I applaud you because, you know, I'm a plate track driver. I don't do this on intermediate tracks, but loose that up 4 wide at the bottom even. Like, how did you make that stick?
I have no idea. That was just pray and hope that the thing was gonna go. I mean, I felt the grip was there. I just didn't. I kind of had a feeling someone was gonna get knocked out of shape there, but I'm just like when Schwalber hit the wall. I got scared because Oko had to come down and I had to give him some room. So we were all lucky we didn't kill each other there. That was that was one of the most wild things I've ever seen while battling for a lead before, especially a championship.
There was a little bit of confusion. Now is the race is official now, right? Was it on the white flag or was it the checker that you actually, or is it like official?
There was a
now?
miscommunication because the race ended since we had 3 overtime crashes. After the 3rd overtime wreck, the race ends under caution from frozen fuel. So what happened was we thought, I guess people crossed the line and I accidentally communicated that we were on the checker flag. So luckily people did cross the line in the correct order they were supposed to be in regardless. It was just we basically just didn't run the technical official white flag.
Okay. We mentioned it earlier about, you know, you do stadium super trucks, you do rally, you do lights, and you do cup. What is next for IMRC after Thursday for lights? Unless it's already wrapped up, I'm not sure if it has. But what's next for the IMRC area, and when will that be for anyone who wants to join?
IMRC Lights will not be returning next season. We're going to be running 2 main NR 2003 series, which is going to be IMRC Cup Series, which will be starting in 3 weeks from now, as we'll be running a preseason event. And IMRC Winston Cup will also be starting, I believe, in 2 weeks on Friday nights. We are also in discussions of potentially having an iRacing series as well, but those plans are still in heavy development. There's nothing set in stone or official at this point.
Okay, so there you have it for anyone who wants to join IMRC. Get in touch with Shane Sides or one of the people that you saw tonight, and they'll try to get in touch with the proper admins and officials and get you signed up and get set up here for our RLM.
Alrighty, before we let you go this evening, Shane, I know you got to get on your way, man. First of all, I want to thank you for allowing the Flatout Racing Network to be able to broadcast your series. It's been a lot of fun this season. I'm sure I can speak on behalf of Jess, Benny Watson, Napa fan, and anyone else who's been able to broadcast this series. It's been a lot of fun to watch and to put, in layman's terms, a really good job on putting together the series. Before we let you go, anybody want to give a shout out to?
Give a shout out to my family. Give a shout out to Eric Rodriguez, who today is running his final race as a IMRC full-time Cup Series driver. He's been my team owner for the last couple seasons, and he's been a pleasure to race for and work with. I want to thank the rest of my Team SB teammates, Dylan Poteet. You know, he won the championship today. That's the main solace I'm getting from this point on. So, out of the frustration I'm feeling right now. So, you know, Will Goss, also my teammate. He was also my assistant moderator and admin for many parts of this season, and I appreciate him for that as well. And yeah, that's roughly about it. Thank you very much.
Alrighty, Shane Sides, not the finish he wanted to have tonight. Definitely was going to try and run for that title, but a great season regardless. And like you said, in 3 weeks, IMRC Cup will be back up. We'll see how that pans out.
Winston Cup in 2 weeks on Friday, and 3 weeks it'll be
Hey, by the way, I was technically right when we talked last week. Y'all thought I was gonna hang in the back, and I told you I was gonna hang in the back, then move towards the front. And I'd say I accomplished that, especially on that last green flag run.
Well, I thought you said last week that you were just going to ride and try to stay with the contenders, which you did.
Yeah, I was right. Did the best I could. It sucks about that caution, but it is what it is. So.
So that'll wrap it up for Shane Sides. A good run tonight, and as always, thank you for what you do with IMRC, and we hope to be back with you whenever IMRC's Cup Series Season 9 kicks off.
Yep, thank you guys.
So we'll go ahead and we'll bring in Tyler Mallon, who finished fourth tonight, third of the guys who was running for the championship. Tyler Mallon, man, that was a heck of a run there at the finish of this one. You end up fourth, I believe, in the running order, third in the championship running order. What is your thoughts after a race like that?
Just proud of everyone for wrecking so much. Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't think of what to say there. Sorry. It was stressful. I was just sitting there like freaking out the entire time and just hoping that maybe something would happen to give me an edge on it. Like maybe everyone would pit except for the other 3 championship contenders, but that never really happened.
How happy were you when you took 2 tires and then all of a sudden you started falling back and that random caution happened? I mean, you had to be jumping for joy to be put back in that group to be up in the front.
Oh, I didn't mean to take 2 tires on that caution. I had 4 tires checked, and I wasn't too far left in my stall either, but it just gave me 2 tires for no reason. So, and yeah, I was really happy when that caution came out, but I felt bad for Shane because he had that race won if that didn't come out because he was so fast on the long run.
I mean, I was watching you earlier, Tyler. You and Poteet. I mentioned earlier that people needed to try to use that middle to bottom because everyone was wanting to run that high side. You were the first one to go down there and start utilizing it and making moves. And when you did that and you passed Poteet, Poteet decided he wanted to start doing that to you. So, I mean, where were you comfortable at? The bottom, the top? I mean, because you were out front for a little bit until the wear started happening.
Definitely the top. I'm a lot more comfortable saving on the top. I don't really like pushing the car. It's not what I usually do, but that was definitely a challenge at the end there because it was basically all just hot lapping as much as you could. Just because track position, when the caution inevitably came out, it was just so essential that there was no time to save at the end. So.
Well, Tyler, it was a great run for you tonight. A 4th place finish, 3rd in the running order for the championship. I firmly believe you gave it all you got, even also playing an accidental strategy to say the least. Before we let you go this evening, anybody you want to give a shout out to, or anything you're looking forward to if you do return for IMRC Cup in Season 9?
I am looking forward to some green flag racing, but sorry. I'm gonna go now though. See you guys.
Alrighty, Tyler Mallon, 4th place run here tonight at Homestead, Miami. A good run for you tonight. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Alrighty, I quickly do want to bring in Eric Rodriguez here, running his final race as a full-time IMRC Cup Series driver. I do want to quickly bring him in here just to get his thoughts on how it went tonight. Eric Rodriguez, this is Carlos Zimmerman, Jessica Shelton in the FRN booth. Shane just told us that tonight was your final race as a full-time IMRC Cup Series online driver.
Correct. It is. It is over, man. This is it.
I mean, with how it went out to you tonight, I know you had a lot of you were hanging around the back and then getting caught up in trouble. I'm sure that's not how you wanted to end it, but well, give us your thoughts on how, or maybe even a reflection of your career in IMRC. It's always great to see you out there running, and I'm sure. Again, I know it wasn't the run you wanted, but yeah, give us your thoughts.
Oh man, tonight started off pretty bad. We blew first gear before we even started the race, so I knew I probably could have salvaged something at least, but hanging around in the back was something I definitely didn't want to do the entire night. Plus, the amount of wrecks that was just going on, I just kept getting caught up in a ton of stuff. I was just hoping that I wouldn't get taken out. And then also diving it into 3 on accident and like not really, going the right way. I ended up spinning out like twice. But we were able to rally back to 10th after being like 3 laps down. So that really makes me happy that I was able to rally back from 3 laps down, something I probably haven't been able to do in my entire career. So that's just very big for us tonight. Just want to thank everyone at the SKF camp for jumping on board with us for their final race. PPG, STP, Mobile One, everybody just been very supportive this past week. I was really glad. I actually was really happy of our lights run last week, and IMRC lights. We got second in the championship. I mean, we were really close to Feld. If we were able to get to past them, then I would have had the championship right there. But it wasn't meant to be. But we really had a great run in lights. There's just Cup was just completely different, and it's all I really took from it was just it was just a learning experience throughout the season. I'm glad tonight went at least a little bit better than I thought it would. Um, just giving a big thanks to everyone who supported me in the past 7 years and my online career here on NR. From the beginning, Corey, Brandon Guns, those two really helped me get going online, and I can't thank them enough. I owe them so much for helping me get to where I am today. Love the two. I love them too. We helped form TNR together, and we've been through a lot. So this race tonight was for them, and my entire career, I just owe it to everybody I've raced with. I just want to thank everyone who's been racing with me. I don't really know what else to say.
That moment, I'm having a flashback. First race, Pigs Creek. I hit Eric in the corner and wrecked him. That was the first time I ever got yelled at.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, I had to.
That was pretty bad.
Anyway, Eric, so does this mean Team SB is officially finally disbanded, or is Poteet and Shane gonna run that now, or what's the deal with Shallow Bay?
We are still running as of now. I have not made any kind of official announcements. I would expect an announcement within maybe the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to shut down Team SB. This is a organization that I've had for 7-8 years now. I've ran with some of the best drivers in this in NR ever, and I've been proud to call people my friends, my teammates. So hopefully we can continue this. I'm not going to be behind the wheel, but hopefully I still have people, running for my team. It's great to have people that you know you're going to run well with and really help you along the way too.
It's always been there for you through thick and thin for the past 7 years.
Absolutely, and that this team this season, SB in the Cup with Goss, Poteet, and Shane, they've all ran really great. I'm so proud of everyone in this team. They ran their butt off and managed to make the Final Four with Shane and Poteet. That really says something. That really shows, that we are here. We are here to win titles. We are here to race and win, and that's all I want. I just wanted a team where we all ran really well and make results out of effort.
That's I feel like I couldn't have said that any better. You really nailed that one down. Eric, before we let you go, you really already gave all your shout outs, really, but I just want to congratulate you on an incredible driving career. And hopefully, as you now maybe shift into more of an executive career, I wish you the best of luck in that. 10th place run for you tonight. That's very exciting. A top 10 for your final race as a online driver. That's very exciting to see. So good run tonight, bud, and we'll see you down the line, hopefully.
Hey, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you guys coming out and pulling me up here. I didn't expect to come up here, but thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And hopefully we do meet each other again down the road.
Alrighty, Eric Rodriguez, 10th place run for him tonight. We're going to go ahead and bring in our, I believe, our third place finisher of the evening. That was Ricky Johnson, second in the championship order. Man, Ricky, oh my goodness, that was quite a battle down the stretch. You fought back from adversity on pit road, but it was just not enough. Third place run for you tonight, second in the championship running. Just give us your thoughts.
We just gave it all we could. I made a couple mistakes that cost me, and I really didn't like how the track was set up tonight. It was one of those tracks where after 2 or 3 laps, the bottom wasn't really that good, and if you did run the bottom, you just destroyed your tires. So everyone was just kind of stuck up by the wall there. You couldn't really pass anybody or anything like that for quite a long time, and it just didn't fit my style, and I wasn't prepared. I had a lot going on, and I came at the last second, and we just gave what we could.
Jess, if you have anything for Ricky.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened on pit road still in the back of my mind. Carlos said you stopped short in your stall, or what happened?
I was too far right. I was trying to get a good angle in to my stall to nail the pit stop, and I didn't execute that properly. Dylan kind of pulled up a little bit more into his stall that I was expecting, and that kind of threw me off, and I wasn't able to get it bowed down to get in my stall properly. So I had to back up and try to pull it in more to the left. I was pretty far right. I probably wasn't even halfway in my stall. So that kind of screwed me up, and it took everything I had for me to get back up there without wrecking anybody and having a shot at it again.
Well, I mean, still, you come from behind and you finish third. I mean, you didn't get it, unfortunately. But hey, I mean, in all honesty, I think that's pretty good. I mean, you gave us a really heck of a show. You were in the mid pack, moved forward, took the lead. We were just wondering when you were going to actually make the move to start doing it. And, you started doing it and just had a little small mishap. But still, you got to be pretty happy with that. And just out of curiosity, coming back in a few weeks for the next season?
I'm undecided. I don't know if I'll be running full time, but I'm sure this won't be the last time you see me race. It was fun racing this season with all these guys, and we tried our best to return in style and have some fun.
Alrighty, Rick, third place run for you tonight. Before we let you go this evening, anybody want to give a shout out to?
Just shout out to Shane, for trying and doing what he could to put on a good show and give something for us to race on Monday nights, and to Dylan, Tyler, and Shane also for racing me clean tonight. Me and Dylan, we had a great battle. We gave it all we could. Almost screwed ourselves, but we got back up there and finished 1-2 for the championship, so that was great. And everybody out there is watching. That's been supporting me through everything I've been through as of late, and we're gonna keep on digging.
Alrighty, Rick Johnson, third place run tonight, second in the championship running. Definitely not quite what you wanted this evening, but a great run regardless. And hopefully we'll see you in season 9.
Hope to see you guys too. Thank you for putting this on.
Alrighty, we're down to our final 2 interviews of the night. Let's talk to Dylan Schwallenberg, our race winner. Dylan, man, you arguably tonight had the one of the best cars out there, and it paid off for you in the end. You pick up the victory. Weren't going for the championship, but I'm sure a win to cap off a season that you didn't really appear in much, but to cap it off with a win, I'm sure that's very exciting.
Yeah, that car that I had, that was the best I've had handling the whole entire season when I would show up. That track basically was catered to how I like to run, and I loved every second of it. And I don't think I've been prouder of a race being put together. And I'm glad it got broadcasted.
No, yeah, absolutely. It was our pleasure to bring it on for you. Just tell me what was going through your mind. You had a bunch of guys just swarming around you. Dylan Poteet, Ricky Johnson, Shane was up there for a little while as well, swarming around you. Same with Austin Ogo also, just giving you challenges for the lead. Was your goal to just stay patient and just let the track come to you, or Did you just decide to let them make their own mistakes and you would capitalize off of it?
Well, fortunately, it was a like 1.5 lane racetrack, so all you had to do was just stick on the top and then hope everything else worked. And that's basically what happened with all the other guys. Is I would run the top and they would go down my inside, but I would be just fast enough to where they can't get me on the exit of the corner. So it just worked out for me, being the lead car, having clean air, being fast, and just doing my thing. And I think that's mainly what paid off.
Alrighty, we still got Dylan Poteet to get to, but I mean, I just got to ask you, after not making the majority of the season, but still even in the playoffs, I'm sure it really does feel well to just cap off the season with a victory. With season 9 coming up, do we expect to see you in it?
Oh yeah, you'll see me almost, if not every race, you'll see me almost every race. I plan on being there for the title hunt. So yeah, super excited. Congratulations to Potsy and everyone else that was in the final four. I was there last year. I know how it feels to lose. I also know how it feels to win. So I feel all their emotions right now.
Alrighty, before we let you go this evening, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to Eric Rodriguez. Just had his last race tonight. He's been my very good friend for years, and I just want to say, buddy, I'm gonna miss racing you all the time. Even though you'd say otherwise, I've had a lot of fun racing alongside you, ahead of you. You know, whatever you like to prefer. But yeah, shout out to Eric. He's a really good guy.
Alrighty, Dylan Schwallenberg, your race winner here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. And we'll see if we do end up broadcasting IMRC Season 9. We will see you then. Good run tonight, bud, and enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, we will now get to the man of the hour. Dylan Poteet, a second place finish tonight, though, but it was enough for you as you are the IMRC Cup Series Season 8 champ. I'm just going to get right to the point. How do you feel?
It's definitely a different feeling from the last season. Those last couple of cautions definitely kind of jumbled everything up, and I honestly wish we could have got the race for that. It's kind of a shame that it's ended like that in terms of just finishing under yellow. But I mean, I'm definitely proud of the season, and it was really fun racing everybody today. Like I said, I knew it was gonna be a dogfight, like I talked about last week, and yeah, there was about every restart there at the end. I think I went from being in the position to win it to being last out of the four competitors, and at that point, I was honestly thought it was over because I could not, for the life of me, the last couple of restarts get going, and I don't know why I was on the bottom. It would just slide up. Shane and Tyler did a couple of good moves on me, and then Ricky got back by and he recovered from his pit stop problem, and I was like, well, this is not good. And then honestly, I'll be completely honest about this. Whenever I was trying to block Tyler going into 3, I accidentally passed Dylan somehow, and the caution came out. I ended up leading, and I didn't even know I was leading, which was kind of funny because I was focused solely on Tyler. And I mean, it sucks that I didn't win the race, but at the same time, I'm not too upset because it still worked out. But all in all, like I said, I just want to thank Tyler and Shane and Ricky and all the guys up there, Dylan, Ogo, everybody that ran up there. It was fun. Like I said, everybody raced each other super clean, and it was fun. It was a grind and a half for sure tonight.
Dylan,
Hello.
one more. Get one more, and we can nickname you Dilly Two Belts.
Oh God, the meme is here.
Yes, it is. You started it. Look where it's at now. It's your fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dylan, it was great. I saw. I mentioned it earlier on, along with the Tyler as well, that I wanted to bring out how everyone was going to the top side. I'm like, well, they can't run the top side forever. If they want to make a move or go somewhere, they're going to have to run the middle or the bottom. They're going to have to start utilizing it. And when Tyler was the only one starting to use it and making it work, and I saw when he used it on you used it right back on him, and that's pretty much all she wrote with that. I mean, were you how did you feel when you came into the race? I mean, throughout from the beginning, throughout the whole race to the end, were you just happy the whole time, or were you just a little aggravated at points?
I mean, I was solely focused on the other three where they were, and I was paying attention to all race where they were. And Dylan had the best car, and it kind of kept falling where I was behind him for most of the race. So I was solely just focused on them.
You better be happy he wasn't part of the championship for that.
Dylan's always tough racing with him and stuff. He's always a great competitor. I always have fun racing with him. I told him it only made sense that we had technically another photo finish today when the caution came out. He edged ahead of me this week, so I guess it was fitting for that to happen the other way. So, but no, the restarts. Just going to bring that up. The restarts were wild. I kept getting stuck on the bottom like almost every restart. So I was sitting there thinking, this is not good. Like I wanted to be on the outside on the restarts, and I just
Yeah,
kind
but
of
for
kept making things
somehow,
happen.
some way, you were able to force yourself up there each time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every second lap of restart, I would dive it just as far down as possible into one and just let it go wherever it went, and it worked out. And if you kept watching, I think I honestly kept passing another playoff guy that I was racing with each time I did that, just so I would be the front one. Because I just knew once we get the run going, it got tougher to pass. Like I said, I would like to have been in the lead, but like I said, most of the time it fell where I was behind Dylan, and I would get back up to like second or third. But if there was somebody in front of me that had a red banner on it or a red spoiler or anything like that, I was going for it, and I wanted to get back ahead of them because it was just like I said, the run got longer and longer. It came down to you saving tires and how well you did that. Because once we got to I think the last long run, Ogo and Shane caught up big time because me and Ricky decided to just kill our tires battling for second so hard behind Dylan. And if that caution hadn't came out, I honestly think Shane would have got around both of us, and that probably been all she wrote.
I have one small last quick question for you, Dylan.
Mhm.
You've been doing this for a long time. You've got multiple titles, if not multiple titles here. You've pretty much done everything. Is Botique coming back for season 9, or is he just gonna fade out?
Like I said, I'll think about it. A lot of things can happen. I would probably say
3 weeks,
I'm
Dylan. 3 weeks.
yeah, it's gonna be a long 3 weeks. I'm probably leaning toward coming back. I wasn't sure about this season, to be honest. I didn't know if I was gonna run the full season, and then winning the first race can change your mind really quick. So I think I've really grown to like being here with IMRC. Shane and Will, they do such a great job with this league. Like I said, when I first joined, I wasn't sure about it, but I knew so many people here, and then so many older people I raced with that came back. I mean, it's just a lot of people like racing with, and it's always fun just chatting with them and having a good time and everything. So, I mean, I'm really enjoying being here. Like I said, I don't think Shane gets enough credit for what he does for this league, and Will helping him as well. And like I said, he always puts a great league and great races up for us. And I mean, this has been one of the funnest seasons, like in terms of any series I think I've ever raced, like for a full season on NR. It's crazy how many good races we've had this season. We've definitely had some hiccups down the road at some tracks, and some things just kind of were probably controllable, and some weren't. Some things happened, but I mean, overall, like I said, this season was excellent. I thought it was really fun. It's hard to kind of turn away from it, honestly. So, I would say I would be back next season, though.
Well, that's a good thing to hear. We hope to be back as well for season 9 of Dylan. You're the champion. You finished second tonight. Anybody want to give a shout out to before we let you go out and celebrate?
Um, I kind of did already that, but like I said, thanks again to Shane for putting this together again, and like I said, everybody welcoming me in here to race. Thanks everybody for today with the racing. Thanks you guys for broadcasting like always. I hope we get to see you guys more often, maybe next season. We throw some more dollars at you guys, hopefully, so you guys will be here around more. Because there's been some good races I think you guys missed from broadcasting. There's no limit to like the good racing here, but like I said, thanks for you guys doing this again, putting on the broadcast. I hope you guys had my car this week. I was a little upset about it last week, but I went back to our classic car. But it is what it is. I'm not blaming anybody for that. That's just a joke. So, but yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks to the guys that I raced for the championship with and ran the playoffs with all season long, and it was a blast. I enjoyed all this. And like I said, just looking forward to season 9 and more things to come, I guess. Right?
Yep, absolutely. Dylan, championship winner tonight, Dylan Poteet, and second place finisher tonight here at Homestead. Big congratulations again to you, and yeah, if everything works out right, we will see you in season 9. Again, congratulations, and go enjoy that win.
Thanks, guys.
Well, IMRC Cup and lights are pretty much done for the season, but just because IMRC Cup and lights are done doesn't mean that Flatout is done broadcasting, because there's plenty more broadcasts coming up this week and next week, and they're going to keep it going throughout the rest of the year, constantly, depending on what's up and what's coming up. We might have a few more different Monday series coming up. We're not sure yet, but hopefully we'll be back for IMRC in a few weeks to pick back up where we left off, Carlos. I mean, I got no problem with that. Do you?
No, I have no problem with that either. It's been a lot of good racing this season from what I've seen in the IMRC Cup Series. It was a lot of fun tonight. As Jess said, we got a lot of events coming up this week on FRN. The great guys at Rolling Thunder Gaming, we got great events with them. The NASCAR Chris Cup Series on the iRacing servers, we got them coming up on Thursday at Bristol. I will be in the booth with you. Not sure who will be with me, but we'll also get times out for that as well.
And I do want to point out RTG this Thursday for their Talladega Super Speedway Challenge. We're going to have Benny Watson, Napa fan, on there, and for the first time, Seth Cole will actually take to the track and try to show how it's done properly. And I can't wait to see how his mentoring skills will, go during that race. I can't wait for that.
Absolutely. Joe Rakowski will also be in the booth with the driver of, with Napa fan. That'll be a lot of fun. And to see Seth Cole on the track, that'll be fun as well. As we're approaching the bottom of the hour, Jess, do you have any final thoughts before we sign off for the evening?
I mean, it was a nice season. It was pretty fun throughout the whole season. And, like we said, a few weeks, IMRC comes back. Or we might be able to broadcast it. I hope so, and I hope to have you as co-commentary and the lead commentary like you have been all season. And I enjoy working with you so far, Carlos, and hopefully it'll continue moving forward.
Yes, it was absolutely a lot of fun to bring this series to you here on the Flatout Racing Network. It was a great race tonight. Dylan Schwallenberg, your race winner. Dylan Poteet, second place finisher, but he is your champion of IMRC Cup Series Season 8. We'll see if we're going to be back for Season 9. If we are, we're going to be glad to bring it to you here on the Flatout Racing Network. Like we said, lots of events coming up this week. One I know of most that's going to be coming up next will be on Thursday with the NASCAR Chris Cup Series race from Bristol Motor
And
Speedway.
that'll be on one of the Flatout channels, and the other one on YouTube will be on the Rolling Thunder Gaming with Benny Watson, aka Napa fan, and Joe doing the commentary over there for NR.
Alrighty, so you get a double header on Thursday night, RTG and Chris Cup Series. But for now, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Those of you that are even left here with us tonight, it was a lot of fun. Again, Dylan Schwallenberg, your winner. Dylan Poteet, the champion here in Season 8 of IMRC Cup. For Jessica Shelton, our production crew of Matthew Rodriguez and Seth Cole, everybody that's been a part of this series this season here for FRN, covering this series, it was a lot of fun, and we hope to see you in Season 9 if that all ends up working out. So, again, for Jessica Shelton, my name's Carlos Zimmerman. Thank you again for joining us this evening, and we'll see you next time here on the Flatout Racing Network. Good night from Homestead, Florida.